Hi, this is Russell Rhodes with Berkshire Hathaway Realty, and I just wanted to come to you today to ask you the question, have you ever thought about which lender do I select? What factors are important to me when selecting a lender? Is it just who is giving me the lowest rate? Is it who is the lowest fees? Well, those two things are extremely important. And before, the third item that I'd always factor into it was, and a lender that could also close on time with the least amount of friction. But in the last year or so, there's been a whole new element that we also need to explore and understand is that is who is their appraisers that they use in order to go out to the home to determine this is how much money the bank is willing to loan you money on. So let me give you an example. We have a client that, a buyer, who had made an offer on a home. They were asking $599,000. Our client offered $675,000. We gave him the name of a loan officer that we've used quite a bit, and he decided that there was one other lender whose rates were almost as good, and then another one was a little bit higher, but their fees were lower. And so he decided that he was going to have all three lenders do an appraisal and pay for an appraisal for all three lenders concurrently, because what he was very concerned with our client was that he offered $75,000 over what they were asking for it, and he wanted to minimize how much money he'd have to take out of his pocket. Because of course, if the home doesn't appraise, the buyer, if they waive the appraisal, is responsible for whatever the difference is between what it appraises for and the sales price. They got to make up all of that, plus, let's say, a minimum of 20% in most instances of what it appraises for. So in this example, it could cost him $75,000 more than what he wanted to out of pocket. So he felt that it was worth actually having two additional appraisals done by altogether three companies. So in this instance, we found out later that he had three appraisals done. One came in at $623, one came in at $648, and one came in at $670. So in this instance, it was almost a $50,000 difference between the $623 and the $670 that this buyer would have had to come out of pocket if he would have gone with the $623 lender, which is this is a big number, right? And so, and again, the one that came in at $670 was the one that we recommended to him. These appraisers are a critical component in determining which loan officer you select. It's not just about rates, it's not just about fees, even though those are extremely important. We also need to consider who are the appraisers in what's called their appraiser management pool. Please call me, my cell phone is down below. I will help you to better understand this. This is a significant issue, and more than ever in these last probably 9 months to a year, this is a factor that could affect $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 out of your pocket. Please call me. I'd love to share with you what we know and help you to understand what is all the different criteria that we should look at when we're selecting a lender, and then help you to then move on to the next step. Thank you. I hope you have a great week.